Man, you're in a good mood today. I like your shirt.
My shirt is awesome. I don't know what you are talking about because my shirt is just blue and says nothing on it related to sex, drugs, and rap.
Just a plain blue tee, nothing substantial of it. And I'm just wearing a regular old Band-Aid.
And I walked out of my bedroom, and my daughter did not laugh hysterically at me and said, "Daddy looks funny."
That's yucky.
That's yucky. And then, Daddy didn't grow a mustache while he was in the bedroom.
No.
It's a whole weird thing going on here.
This is a weird time in our lives, man.
Still have something weird on your face.
I have a regular-ass Band-Aid with nothing on it.
With non-cartoon characters.
I don't like cartoon characters.
You hate those cartoon characters especially.
Yeah.
My God.
They're just vehicles for the autists in us to express themselves on Facebook.
Exactly. And don't forget about the elderly.
The elderly love them.
They
do. Love attaching minions to religious posts. Grandma.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. But this is The Skinny with Mike and Adam, episode
232?
232, thank you.
0232?
I was having trouble with that for a little bit, but welcome to the show, everybody. We have got a lot to talk about this week.
Did we get the damn review up last week? Somebody was nice enough to send us a loud, shouty message saying, "Where's the review?"
I'm going to riot if there's no review. Yeah, I figured it out.
Okay.
If you're using the Chrome extension, HTTPS everywhere, apparently it sees our shout engine player as some sort of malicious content.
Oh, God.
And it just kind of blocks it there. So you just got to disable that or make an exception. But yeah, don't do that.
Did you inform our fan?
Oh yes. I also linked them to our YouTube page. Do you know who that was?
No.
I just clicked on the name, and that was the drummer for Strawberry Girls.
What?
Yeah. The guy who you said was okay on the Eternity Forever.
I didn't say he was just okay. I said that he was great. I thought the guitar playing was better than the drumming, but still,
sure.
as a drummer, you know.
But yeah, isn't that cool?
That was pretty cool. I forgot the dude's name, but that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, so thank you for listening, you guys. Adam, where can people find us online?
People can find us on Facebook. They can find us on Blogspot. They can find us on YouTube.
Where can they find us on YouTube?
Find us on ManTube. Is that the porn version of YouTube for men?
Sure, Adam. That's the one.
The one where guys make out together.
ManTube.
And maybe anal intercourse. I'm not sure.
You can find us on YouTube at The Skinny Official.
The Skinny Official.
Where else can they find us, Adam?
They can find us on Twitter.
Good.
At The Skinny Pod.
Very good. You've been paying attention.
I'm still not on Twitter, so I'm not a follower of this.
Neither am I.
Joyous
but
podcast.
Continue.
You can find us frequently. I think that's about it, right?
That's true. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes.
Are we still on?
We're on Stitcher as well.
Twitcher.
If you're not an Apple user, you can download Stitcher to get all your podcasting needs, and we're also on that as well.
But can you listen to it on Alexa or Amazon Echo?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't know what you need to have it on there. The Devil's Advocates are on Alexa.
Really?
Oh my God.
How did
that
happen?
God! I can't believe we're not on Alexa. Everybody's all that one.
Oh but, man! But you know, we've had some people checking out our show this past week, and because of that, we got some pretty cool messages. This one is from.
Are you going to read all of the ones between you and Brandon?
No, just the initial one. You read those?
I did. I was just like, you guys are just having a little, bromance going on.
I know.
This is great.
This is great.
This is great for the show.
So as you said, this is from our listener Brandon. We had a nice conversation. I was at the gym, so like every time I was doing a set, like, oh, I got another message from Brandon. So,
he was oiling your pecs in between.
You were oiling me up, Brandon. Hope you enjoyed that. I did. Just heard your review of the new Falling in Reverse album, Emoji Face Laughing with Tears. I've never been a fan of that band and was barely ever a fan of Escape the Fate, though I love Bless the Fall every album.
Every album.
I said the same thing that Adam did, and the album sounds like 30 Seconds to Mars. Also, I too thought the departure sounded like Silver Sun Pickups. Bonus tracks were, as you say, garbage fire. I literally only like 1 or 2 tracks on Coming Home. Didn't like any of the rest, but nonetheless, great episode. Once again, fellows, follow up. Actually, I like the song Loser, so 3 out of 13 for Coming Home.
So he's not really a fan like we are. So
We're
I don't
true
think
fans?
I don't think he really understands what Falling in Reverse means.
We're actually true fans of Falling in
We've
Reverse.
been there since 2011.
We've been there since Ronnie got out of prison. I was there. I drove him home.
I was holding a sign that said "Free Ronnie." Okay, but
let's
still,
see.
It's it's not for everybody, I guess.
No, it's barely for us. But,
I know we're just barely hanging on at this point.
So let's see. What else we got here? We also got another comment from some guy. He goes by the username Dance Shomo Dance. Never heard of him.
Heard of him? Yes.
You've heard of him?
How about that? Me Without You. I think. What do you say? Next week we do a track by track review of Brothers and Sisters or whatever.
Oh, you want to get to that? Okay. 'Cause I had another suggestion because there was a new album that came out, or it's coming out.
Why don't we go back in time?
Gonna go back in time.
And I mean, granted, we're only listening to this album right smack in the middle of their discography.
Yes.
We have nothing to compare them to, but this is the first one I'm jumping into.
Yes. Which is what we were going to do since we got so many recommendations.
That's right.
Anyway, good episode, guys. Can't wait to hear you go through all of the recommendations, mine and others. Anyway, I felt about how you guys did about Coming Home. It was good, but had a drop of quality in the middle that held it back from being great. I, however, still felt it was better than Just Like You.
Whoa.
Interesting opinion there. The good songs were better, and there were less bad stuff, in my opinion. Overall, it won't end up on my worst, but it won't make my best either. As for Eternity Forever, I absolutely loved it.
Damn tootin'.
For
I
context,
thought he would.
Yes, for context, friend Daniel here is a big Kurt Travis fan.
Yes.
The guitar work is some of the best I've ever heard, and Kurt was amazing as always. I can't wait to see if there'll be a full-length album in the near future.
Might as well. I mean, I'm really not excited about A Lot Like Birds' album coming out in May.
Debussy, that's coming up in a couple weeks.
I would rather be listening to more Eternity Forever, I think. But, whatever's going to be done is going to be done. And I really felt that DSD was going to enjoy that.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, I listened to it all the way this past week. Oh, my gosh.
I know.
The song Fantasy is so good. The opening track.
Oh, the opening track, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Definitely.
So you weren't kidding about that guitar work.
Whew,
Woo.
man. But you have that thought that, is this Will Swan on guitar? Just doing a jazz version
I
of
thought it was Will Swan on clean guitar. It was great.
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
Some of the best 4 tracks I've heard all year. So that's going to stay in my rotation for the rest of the year, I can tell.
Cool.
So that's it for now. If you guys want to get a hold of us, you can contact us through any of the means that my good friend Adam stated earlier. You can also email us if you so wish at theskinnywithmikeandadam@gmail.com.
Are we on LinkedIn?
Coming next week, you can. What is LinkedIn? That's just like
I have no idea. I signed up for it once and then got bombarded with emails, and I was like, oh God, I need to get off of LinkedIn because it's not working for me anymore.
So we're not going to be on LinkedIn because that scares Adam.
Yes.
But you can find us on Friendster probably. MySpace is coming very soon. Grindr for sure. We've been on there since episode 1.
Definitely.
We've gotten so many fans on Grindr, especially our old profile pic.
Remember our first 20 episodes? We did have a news section called Gay News Roundup.
Oh yeah, we did.
And we just kind of let that go because there wasn't a lot of gay news after that.
That was when we were still kind of like, what is this show? We have no idea what the show is about.
I think Anderson Cooper came out sometime in there.
Oh,
It was
that's
like,
right.
news from the gays!
We should bring back Gay News Roundup sometime.
I think we should. I mean, we kind of did with, what's her name? The hot one that turned bisexual, or who came out as bisexual, that you're waiting to see her butthole. The really hot redhead one who was on the Disney Channel.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
The hot one.
The one who's like very trashy looking right now.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yes.
My favorite bisexual Disney princess. All right, so as soon as we're going to take a little bit of break, and we'll be back with the feed. So we got a lot of really cool album announcements this past week.
I'm glad you
Stuff
have it.
we've been kind of anticipating. We finally got some official word now. Let's start off with, I think this is coming out the latest. So we suspected that this band might be coming out with something new this year. Kind of excited that they took a 1 year off break because they've been consistently releasing albums every 2 years.
Just tell us who it is.
It's a band that's from the United States of America.
God damn it.
They're from a very...
But tell me, do they like ketchup on their hot dogs from the city they were at?
They do not like ketchup on their hot dogs.
No ketchup.
Because they're from Chicago. They rise against.
They rise against ketchup.
They're coming out with, this, I think this is what, their 8th album now?
This would be album number 8, yes.
8, yeah. So this is Wolves, coming out very soon, actually, June 9th. So they released a lead single called The Violence. Now, Adam, did you get a chance to listen to The Violence?
Nope, I did not. I listened to the 15-second clip that they posted.
What did you think of the 15-second clip of
Violence? It sounded great. And I'm pinning all my hopes that this album will change my life. And if it doesn't, then I guess it's suicide for me.
Well, shit. I'm announcing today that I'm currently taking applications for a new co-host in the few weeks.
What's sad is that, this band kind of did their thing with Suffer in the Witness, one of the best albums of all time for me. And then they kind of have been coasting on that sound poorly as time has gone by.
Still coasting.
Even though I can still enjoy Endgame pretty well. A lot better than Mike does.
If you take that album as a standalone, it's pretty good. Like, if that was like their first album, it's like, oh, what a great debut album from this Chicago punk band of middle-aged men.
And then The Black Market had some good songs on it. It wasn't life-changing and altering, but it did have some good songs on it.
And that's the problem with this band. They haven't been life-changing or life-altering in a very long time.
Since 2006.
Oh.
Mike's favorite year.
Yeah.
No, Appeal to Reason was pretty high on my list.
I liked Appeal to Reason a lot, but that was the last time I really, really, really enjoyed Rise Against album.
2008. But hey, Wolves, we'll give it a listen. We'll give it a spin. We got to do this with Rise Against every 3 years or so.
This is one of our favorite bands. We owe them that. And I did listen to The Violence when it came out this past Thursday, and it's more the same. I was hoping that with a little bit of a break, they would have kind of maybe altered or refined their sound a bit. It kind of sounds like something off the last album. So,
which sounded like something off the last album?
Which sounded like, yeah.
Sounded like something off the last album.
So we're going to give Wolves the benefit of the doubt, and when it comes out June 9th, we'll let you know what we think. We hope to join us. Now, this was a surprise. Now, we kind of knew that this band was coming out with something this year. We had no idea that it was already done weeks ago. And boom! Shadow Drop, baby!
Whoa.
Shadow Drop. Paramore coming out with a new album called After Laughter. This is their 6th album, right? 5th album.
Yes.
Something like that. But guess
They've
what?
only been around since 2003, so we need 5 albums.
Right. But guess what? So this is a follow-up to their 2013 self-titled album.
2005. Anyway, sorry.
5? Oh, yeah, they came out.
That was their first album.
Yeah. And guess what? The most surprising thing, it's coming out in 3 weeks.
3 freaking weeks. And then they did a video. 12th. They did a video where they are all fluorescent colored and 80s-ified.
So it's a normal Paramore video.
It looked like a normal... Well, then I went back and I watched Still Into You, and it's just like, oh, I love this video so much. I wasn't as big of a fan of this video.
No,
but
the video's whatever. What did you think of the song?
I wasn't too keen on the song. It's only first listen.
Yes. It's
a little like... whatever.
This
Cyndi
album,
Lauper light.
It's very 80s pop.
Just like the last album.
Even more so, I think.
I know.
I think the last one still kind of had elements of some Paramore-isms.
I know.
But this one was going all in on the 80s pop.
The Thompson Twins. You probably don't know of them.
That's a reference I don't understand.
Berlin.
Okay, I understand that.
Other girl groups of the 80s.
This album is notable because as we talked about in a previous feed, this is the return of one of the Farrow brothers.
The drummer?
Drummer Farrow. Because when the Farrow brothers left Paramore, like in 2012 or whenever that was, I'm sure in their head they'd be like, oh, I'm going to follow those Farrow brothers. I mean, they're my favorite part of Paramore.
They're the best Farrow brothers that ever Farrowed.
When I think Paramore, I think, oh, Zach and the other Farrow.
Aaron
Farrow.
Frank I. Farrow.
And that singer, whatever her name's Kelly
Osbourne.
Kelly Osbourne.
She looks great. She's really thin these days.
She's a redhead now. Great.
She's a blonde
now, yeah, with bangs.
So she's looking a little older.
That's what happens.
She's 27 now, 28.
She's a married woman now.
I know. And they did a fun little interview / documentary. They've been telling everybody, hey guys, we almost didn't make an album. So,
but they did, and we're gonna review it probably.
We kept on going on Parahoy cruises, but we never really thought we'd make another album. Anyway,
musical integrity.
I feel like I'm gonna kill that band. But
oh really?
I'm gonna still listen to them because the last album was great.
Yes,
but it was also like 4 years ago.
Yes,
and I'm just worried
while the iron is hot.
What may become.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's talk about Lights because Lights
is doing something super cool. So now she's finally got to the end of her countdown,
and her knee is okay.
Her knee is fine.
Her knee is fine.
I can confirm her knee is okay.
I think she lost about 5 pounds during that week.
Well, every album cycle she loses more and more weight.
Thank God. Fat cow. Anyway,
she was so fat.
I know.
Oh, gross.
I know.
But not only did she make the announcement of her new album, which is called Skin and Earth. Yes. Let me do that again. Her new album's called Skin and Earth, Adam.
Sure is, Mike.
I did not have to read that off the screen at all. I knew that off the top of my head because I'm such a big fan of Lights.
There you go.
But not only did she announce the new album, which is coming out very soon, no release date yet.
Right.
But she also announced the companion piece to the album, which is a comic book. So it's going to explain the world of the concept of this new record,
and
which is cool.
Luckily, she told us that the character whose name is In is kind of a concoction of her.
Wait a minute,
I had no idea.
That character that looks exactly like her
is her.
Wait a minute,
in like a different dimension.
Adam, stop bullshitting me.
I can't.
I'm not gonna take your bullshit anymore.
But the character's fatter than she is, so I just can't take it seriously. But anyway,
she's huge.
I look forward to reading this comic book.
You're gonna read the comic book
along
with the album?
Why not?
Okay, cool. Then I'll get you both.
Okay.
All right. So I'm excited to hear that whenever that comes. So really cool. I think this is it's not a substantial story. Like nothing of consequence happened there, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Somebody Snapchatted, one Sonny Moore, aka Skrillex, Hollywood Boulevard, getting handcuffed by a police officer. And so Billboard announced in the story that Skrillex was pulled over for playing his music too loud, and he was handcuffed and detained because he didn't have his ID on him. Skrillex took the tweeter.
He's only 15, so
he's only 15.
He shouldn't be driving.
He didn't have an adult with him because he didn't have, he had his permit. And,
right.
But he took the tweeter immediately after. Leave it to me to play music, quote, too loud. These new demos are fire, though. And he tagged at Elon Musk.
Sure. That was probably the car he was driving.
Yeah,
right?
At Elon Musk. Your system in the Tesla Model X is just to fire.
Nice. Well, is it illegal to listen to music too loud that you created?
Oh.
I've never been pulled over for playing my music too loud because apparently I'm not cool as Skrillex.
Well, I mean, we have music. We have lots of music.
I know, and I've played it way too loud, but I've never been pulled over for it.
Well, I guess only in Hollywood.
I bet you that his license plate holder was rattling. That was another thing that tripped him off because he just left Colton, where everything rattles.
Yeah, that's where he lives now. He's not making Skrillex music anymore. He's making first to last music, which in turn makes you poor.
I know, but he lives in Colton Heights.
Okay,
which is the nice area.
That's where the grass is green.
That's where they're
sort of green.
They're on top of the mountain.
Yeah, looking down at all the peasants down in Colton.
Exactly.
La
Cadena Boulevard, the glory that is.
Adam, let's get down to our review this week. We're going to be reviewing another band that's related to Escape the Fate. We did one last week. This is another bastard child of Escape the Fate.
Which I'm wondering, do we need to move on
from this band?
But do we need to move on from our old references, our old man references?
Why is that?
Because we're drawing in this younger crowd.
Oh, that's true.
And I mean, granted, the people that we've talked to know of these other bands. But it's also
know your roots,
it's
listeners.
It's also 80% of their best ofs list are things we've never heard of in our entire lives. So maybe there's something we're missing, and we need to get ourselves out of the past and stop listening to side project bands.
And my number one album was Blondie.
1980 was a good year.
It was the best year.
Call me.
Have you heard this new rock and roll?
No. Anyway.
So we're going to be reviewing this Emptiness from the Dead Rabbits, which is a secondary, I guess it's kind of a side project band, from one Craig Mabbitt. Craig Mabbitt's a lead singer that you enjoy very much, Adam.
I have enjoyed him in different incarnations that were not Escape the Fate, as in His Last Walk, one of my top albums of all time.
Yes.
An incredible album done by a 20-year-old man.
He was 18 or 19 in that.
God, that's so sad. And it's so sad when he talks on the Lead Singer Syndrome. He's like, man, it was really sad because like the label was only giving me about $5 a day for food, and all the other guys in the band were getting money from their parents, and they were like eating lots of food, and I couldn't eat food. And you're just like, oh God, shut up.
Shut up, you little baby.
And that's why he got kicked out of Bless the Fall, because he was complaining about not eating enough.
Actually, I think that's a whole story, because his girlfriend at the time was giving birth to their daughter.
But that was part of why he didn't like being in Bless the Fall, because he couldn't eat. He needed to create breast milk and more semen for more children, but Bless the Fall wouldn't let him.
Dude's got like 3 kids now.
So Escape the Fate was the moneymaker.
Yeah.
And then came Dead Rabbits.
Now, Dead Rabbits is, unlike Escape the Fate that has a lot of like hair metal, arena rock influences. Dead Rabbits is kind of, for lack of a better term, like a return to his roots, kind of the metalcore. It lets him stretch those screaming muscles a little bit more.
Right.
Adam, you enjoyed the previous album, Shapeshifter.
It was in my top 10. If you hand me the Mitt Romney binder, I can tell you what number of my top 10 it was in.
All right.
Way
that's
back
2014.
In 2014.
Contained a lot of songs from their 2012 debut EP, Edge of Reality.
So this was up against, albums such as Get Hurt. And Rented World. And Let the Ocean Take Me. But all the way down at number 9 was the Dead Rabbits with Shapeshifter.
That's pretty good.
Which came on the tails of their EP from 2012.
Edge of Reality.
The Edge of Reality EP, which was a very good EP.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those songs also made it onto this album as well.
Yes, there was quite a few. But
so now we are here.
That EP ended up somewhere in my 2012 lists.
Oh, you ranked it.
I did, because it had more than 7 tracks. Therefore, it counts as my number 13 album of 2012.
Including the Danny Elfman cover of
That doesn't count.
Christmas.
You don't count covers.
We always count covers.
Don't.
Covers are songs, too.
No, they're not. All songs are not created equally, even though all albums are created equally. So you take away.
But that's okay,
you take away.
Argue semantics with you right now.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Shall we get started with this one? What was your anticipation level going into that before?
My anticipation level was high because the last Escape the Fate album, Hate Me, was not very good.
No Escape the Fate album is good.
Some people in our community said it was the best album of 2015, but they were wrong. In hindsight.
Sure.
So I was looking forward to the Dead Rabbits with this Emptiness because
we've seen them live as well.
We saw them live back in 2014, opening for The Word Alive, where Craig
missed
Mabbitt
opportunity, did not join the stage.
One of the most lackluster sets of all time.
He was bored AF.
The whole band was bored AF. So I was like, well, maybe that won't translate into their next album. Maybe all the good stuff will be left over for this album. And then the Emptiness started, and the
Track
emptiness,
1 happened.
The Emptiness began.
Burn it down.
The Emptiness.
Now, Adam, this album does a lot of interesting things, in my opinion.
Tell me about them.
Things that a lot of bands dare not do. Now,
like double bass drum.
Screaming during the verses, but clean vocals during the choruses.
Whoa.
Have you ever seen a band do that before?
Once or twice.
Now,
it's not original.
Now, what have I told you? That a majority of the songs on this album have double bass, open chugging guitars, screaming in the verses.
Remember, we've always been a fan of Craig Mabbitt's screaming.
Craig Mabbitt is one of the best screamers in today's music scene. I'm never going to take that away from him. He's great at it. But oh boy, can this guy not compose a song to save his life?
Right, like a hook scream like he's been known to.
Phoning it in, maybe? But I must say, I do kind of like this opening track. This is one of the tracks that he shared before, or the band shared before the album came out. There's a few of them. I think Dead Again, the next song, is one of them as well.
Yes.
So what do you feel? How do you feel about this opening track?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs
Unoriginal?
Down. Not memorable.
Not memorable.
Like you go back, you listen to Shapeshifter. There's some damn good choruses on there.
Yes, you sung its praises.
This one tries to make good choruses, but man, maybe we're just coming out of listening to every single great album of all time, and we're kind of like comparing where we're going into a whole different realm now.
Sure.
But boy, do these choruses not stand up, even to Shapeshifter.
Some of them. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
I think I'd give some of these choruses a pass. But oh boy, are these verses all the same exact thing. Not just vocally, but even just musically.
So I wouldn't say Escape the Fate is a metalcore band.
No, I think they're more of a glam rock. They're like a modern glam rock.
Stripper rock.
Stripper rock?
Yes.
Modern rock?
Pole dancing rock.
Arena rock.
There you go. But in a bad way.
Yeah. Just poorly done radio rock.
So, saving your metalcore for your side project so that you can always try to recreate what you created in 2008.
What made you famous?
Into 2009 with the Word Alive EP.
Yes, fantastic EP.
Fantastic. Into what Shapeshifter was in 2014.
When I went into it, I was expecting the Word Alive EP Part 2. I sort of got that.
There's atmospheric qualities.
Atmospheric qualities.
That are not anywhere to be found.
She's just a little girl.
But
she is, goddammit.
Let's move on to track 2, though. This is Dead Again. And they shared this. This is one of the first songs that they shared when they announced this album.
Music box intro.
See, this is something that a lot of bands are just too cowardly to do.
In 2005, I'm so glad that bands like Thrice took a chance.
Cowards. I liked this song when it first came out. This song, on subsequent listens, barely gets a thumbs up, like a kind of like a flaccid thumbs up.
That was where I felt with most of these, and yes, I would say this was weak pass.
Just like a kiss on the cheek, kind of like, okay, I still love you, sort of.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
But I do like this chorus, though. What do you think of the chorus?
Let's wait until it comes in, because I've already forgotten what it was.
That's not a good sign. Man, screaming during verses, dude. I like this chorus a lot.
It's pretty
generic, but it's good.
Yeah, I know that I don't like this chorus at all.
Still, the unoriginality is not. Oh man, he sounds angry.
He's an angry young man.
He's probably 32 by now.
He's 32. He's banging one of the hottest chicks I've ever seen in my entire life. But he's an angry young man.
He's angry, so angry.
If I had to rank
all those shots that he takes to kill the pain.
If I had to rank my top 100 hottest chicks of all time, his girlfriend would be on that list. Top 10.
Adam's coming for your girl, Craig Mabbitt.
That gives me an idea for my next project.
Let's move on. Track 3, Fighting for My Life. I already don't care.
So yeah, what do you think was the goal of making this album for this band?
Farting one out?
It's not like this band has a huge fan base that they're like, oh, we're going to put out an album and a bunch of people are going to buy it.
Fans demand it.
We're going to go on tour. But is this just like we need to take a break from the Escape the Fate thing?
I have a sneaking suspicion that Craig Mabbitt does not like Escape the Fate. He did kind of just join it out of desperation.
Yes. And now he's got like 8 kids and he has
8 kids. Escape the Fate pays the bills.
And TJ Bell, I feel, has the same feeling about Escape the Fate.
Right.
Which is
Being
why
a 54-year-old man who dresses like
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
Because the other guitar, TJ Bell's the bass player. Right?
Yes, he's from both Escape the Fate and Dead
Yes.
Rabbits.
So this is new guitar player, new drummer that weren't there in 2014.
Yes, but this is kind of a studio band anyway. Even with Edge of Reality and Shapeshifter, what's his name? Caleb Shomo helped. Do you remember that? Caleb Shomo produced it and helped with the musicianship.
He did a great job on that track that he was on. One of the best songs I've ever done.
Yeah, so this was never ever really like a full band. You know, it's a full.
Is it just something for Craig Mabbitt to do to kind of like pay his electric bill over the course of 6 months?
I think it's just more of a passion for him. I think it's just more like, this is my roots. This is what I'm known for. This is what I became famous for.
I don't feel like putting much effort into it.
At least this time around.
Right?
Do you feel like you put more effort into it 3 years ago?
What do you think? It was my number 9 album of 2014.
Yes, absolutely. So, even though it wasn't one of my favorites last year, I could see that, that he put effort into it. This, he literally farted, like he went to the bathroom and out came this Emptiness.
He threw in some like little keyboard things.
Boom! I just wrote an intro. So 0 for 3.
Yep.
For you. Track 4. The Freak, the Creep, and the Clown.
Nope. Just hit next now.
Track 5. This Emptiness. I don't think we've ever done that before.
Nope. It's a terrible chorus / verse and everything. It's all about how he's been the creep and the freak and the clown.
Yep. Nobody likes me.
Nobody likes me except the hottest chick in the entire world. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. So this is the title track. And still nothing. So barely track 2 for me. Barely track 2. I can still like hum it and think, oh yeah, that came from this album.
Nobody likes me except my legion of fans, my insanely hot wife.
I still say that there's a lot of like Craig Mabbitt fangirls out there.
My fangirls. But nobody likes me because I'm a freak, a creep.
I'm someone misunderstood. Adam, there was singing in the verse and singing in the chorus. Is this a new direction for the Dead Rabbits?
I like this song, Flaccid Pass.
I don't remember any. I've listened to this album 5 times this week. I don't remember a goddamn thing about it.
I listened to it like 9 times.
That's a lot of times.
The song's alright.
Sure.
I guess. Whatever.
So sort of a yes?
Why did we bother on the plate this album?
Because it was our number 9.
Number 9.
And
Next.
we were excited about it. Next! Track 6. Well, one good thing about this album, too, it's short. Track 6.
Still 40 minutes long, it feels.
The Butcher.
This song kind of has like a funny chorus. But not intentionally funny.
Yeah, unintentionally funny.
So, I mean, you got some good guitar work, at least, thrown in there.
Yeah, 6 tracks in.
And that cool...
Everything else was just been open, drop D, open, drop D.
In that Cruel Hand sort of way.
Oh, Cruel Hand. That's Adam's favorite band.
It is. I finally deleted them from my iPod today. I deleted about 10 gigs of music from my iPod today.
Oh, that's good.
It was cleansing.
Were you almost at capacity?
No, I was far from it, but still. It's nice to go in and delete things.
It makes your shuffle. I mean, if you go on shuffle,
I don't
it makes
shuffle.
your shuffle like that much better.
I don't shuffle shit. I don't believe in shuffle. Albums only for life.
Oh, one of the nicest things I would say about this band, it's a good shuffle band. This is a good band that like, oh yeah, the Dead Rabbits. They'll come up after like Michael Jackson or whatever. Don't judge. But
this is one of the boringest choruses of my entire life.
It is, yeah. It's so good.
I don't even think I would write this chorus and be like, yep, this is going on the album.
This is going on the album, baby.
I'm the butcher of every broken heart. Is that what he says?
Yeah, because he breaks hearts, baby.
He sure does.
Track 7, D-O-Y-A, Doya.
What does that stand for?
Don't
open your ass.
Don't open your ass.
Oh, it's a prison song. I get it.
You get it? Take that, Ronnie Radke.
Don't open your... What else starts with A?
Autism?
Don't overregulate your autism.
That's definitely what it is.
Probably. Because overregulate is one word. It's hyphenated.
Hyphenated. It's funny. Oh, I hate this song. Oh God.
This song, this chorus is exactly the same as the last one. Oh man, this one's more memorable than the last one.
Yeah. At least it's fine. When he first seen it, I was like, oh yes, we're doing a Brian Fallon tribute. I was like, no retreat, no regrets.
Nope. We're not gonna go that far. God, that's what's sad. You know, all of the bands that we enjoy can someday make an album like this.
Just like this, right?
Because the Amity Affliction came close, but there was some tracks that saved it.
I think it was there.
There were several tracks that saved that album.
Nothing here has made me cringe like the last Amity Affliction album. This is boring AF, but there's no like...
That's from Let the Ocean Take Me, one of your favorite albums of all time.
Yes, I know.
So shut up and delete that song and shut up.
I stopped caring, so this is track 8, Adrenaline.
Now, this song, I will give a thumbs up to. Legitimate.
Gang vocals.
As much as I struggled with it throughout the week, and I don't care for it that much, I can still be like, you know what? This song tried.
I think they all tried.
Moderately succeeded. It tried, but moderately succeeded.
Okay. Tried a little bit more. Tried a little bit harder than the last.
Because you'll hear that chorus, and you'll be like, oh, hey, I can sing that chorus.
One interesting thing
Do I give a shit about that chorus? No.
One interesting thing about the song, though, I don't know if you noticed, is something that other bands are too cowardly to do. Adam, they're screaming in the verses, and they're going to do clean vocals coming up in the chorus. Isn't that interesting?
The pre-chorus.
And the pre-chorus. Clean vocals.
See, I can be like, oh, I can.
You get it? That's the title of the song.
I can feel that.
These
anyway,
all sound like Escape
next.
the Fate songs. Do you get some Escape the Fate vibes?
Too much. Way too much. Almost like they were like, you guys did such a great job on Hate Me. Why don't you just recreate that without two guys from that band?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, Mike. Something is messing with my brain.
There's something amiss in my Dead Rabbits. Track 9 is Suspicious, featuring Liz Robinette. I have no idea who that is.
I don't hear her at all in the song, whoever she is.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear another vocalist anywhere in here?
Nope.
We got synth intro.
And also, unfortunately, Adam is losing a point from our betting special.
I know.
He predicted that one Ash Costello would have guest vocaled on this. This is the most interesting song on this album. Still sucks, but it's the most interesting thing that they've done with this.
A little interesting.
It's got a cool atmosphere. It's doing some cool guitar work things.
Then the chorus hits. Someday.
There you go.
Oh, there's a female voice in there, isn't there?
Why did we not notice that till now?
I don't know.
I think because we're checked out.
I know. Our brains were not in this. I can understand you. I want people to hear my lyrics.
Yeah.
So
that's fine.
Adrenaline. Oh. Wow. What the hell happened? Is he just... Oh,
he sounds tired, doesn't he? He sounds like he just does not want to be here. Oh, boy.
It's like he's saying, I'm going to make a change from where the Dead Rabbits were. I mean, they've established themselves, but they're ready for a change.
You know who's financially successful? Escape the Fate. I'm going to make 2 Escape the Fate albums this year. Oh, God, let's put an end to this. This is track 10, Man at War.
What a terrible title for a song. Every time I looked at it on my iPod, and I was like, Man at War? That doesn't make any sense. Skylit Drive did a song about going to war.
Yeah.
Or Prisoner of War. What was it called? Can't remember.
I'm going to say war.
It wasn't Man at War. That's not a complete sentence.
So, Adam, after we slogged through that for this whole week, for this review, one of our most highly anticipated albums, we talked about this back in January.
Yes.
Where are you at with 2017's This Emptiness by the Dead Rabbits?
Kind of like a soft 2 out of 10. Would not bang.
That's going to end up being a 1 or a 0 by the end of this year. I can tell. This song would have been better in the middle of the album. But then they don't have a proper closer.
Yeah. Maybe they should write a new song.
So, I only like the chorus of one song.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty low.
That's less than half a song.
I like Adrenaline, and I like the chorus of like one other song.
I'm stopping this.
Thank you. We don't need to let it play out. We've already established. I'm glad that you and I were on the same page.
Oh, God, yes.
Because I was like listening to this, I'm like, I hope Mike doesn't really like this album. So I'm going to feel bad.
Oh, boy, this is
Trainwreck?
No, this is far. Yeah, this
No.
This is off.
It's
off the rails.
Fashionably Late was a train wreck where you can't look away. This was like they tried and came up really short.
Do you really think they tried? I really don't think they tried. I really think it was like a case of, well, we got a week.
I know.
We got a week in the studio.
A week to kill. Let's go ahead and do some songs,
Let's
TJ.
fart out 10 songs, TJ Bell.
And he was like, let me put my guy liner on. And
it helps me to, be in the essence of the song.
Yes, it does. I'm excited for the next album.
Are you? Well, I mean, this is only their second album.
3 more years, we'll see what happens. But yeah, maybe this
there's always the new Escape the Fate.
So that'll be coming out in
That's
2017, right?
Yeah.
God
I
damn
think
it.
the recording is done.
I'm like, crap, this is 2017.
Oh,
man. Well, I mean, like 2014 was Shapeshifter, and then the end of 2015 was Hate Me.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have a year off from here on to not listen to anything Craig Mabbitt related, and then we can go with fresh ears into Escape the Fate's new album in 2018.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh. Well, that was our thoughts on the new Dead Rabbits album.
What was yours?
I can't imagine anybody else would probably, I mean, you probably might like give it a pass.
We should have
light pass.
We should have done on the plate of one of the bands that was suggested to us.
We'll get there, Adam.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But for now, go ahead and share your thoughts down below, listener, if you care to. This is gonna end up on one of my worst albums of the year. I have no doubt about that. It was lazy. It sounded rushed. It sounded like nobody gave a shit. It sounded like a computer wrote those guitars. It sounded like I am metalcore bot.
I am metalcore
0000000.
2008 compute.
Actually, that I wasn't speaking in binary. Those were my guitar notes. 0000. 1.
Oh man. Very sad indeed.
Yeah, let us know how much you hated this Emptiness by the Dead Rabbits. R.I.P. Dead Rabbits.
R.I.P.
Truly dead.
Dead for good.
So let's go ahead and sound off, Adam.
All right. So, did you listen to albums this week, or are you gonna talk about some other random Netflix thing?
No.
Okay.
So
there's more Hot Girls Wanted episodes. I don't know if you were
really?
aware. Yeah. So there's 6.
That was just one documentary.
There was, but now they did 6 new episodes. About
new porn stars,
new porn issues.
Okay.
Behind the camera.
Is it still Rashida Jones doing?
Yes,
the
directing. So anyway,
sure.
I'm only like 20 minutes into one, but
okay.
It's not that exciting yet.
Okay.
So what else did I listen to? Sylar.
Tell me about Sylar.
Brought to us by Brandon, I believe, right? Or was that Matthew?
I have it here. That was our listener Matthew.
Yes.
He recommended Help by Sylar.
Yes, and The White Noise.
Both came out in 2016.
So Sylar is a very nice, if you want to hear some new metal, since they brand themselves as being new metal.
Yes.
But it's enjoyable new metal. I'll give it that much.
Not like Of Mice and Men.
Not Of Mice and Men, but more like good Linkin Park.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, there's definitely thrown in too much Linkin Park.
I haven't listened to this yet, so they have like turntables.
There's some turntable elements.
Okay.
There's the clean vocalist sounds very In Fear and Faithy.
Oh, interesting.
And the screamer sounds very Issues, very Michael Bone.
Oh.
So this band sounds like everybody.
I like all of those things that you just said.
I will easily say this band doesn't sound original at all. You can pick out several different elements of every other band in the entire world.
So they're mishmashy, but
it's good.
Enjoyed it?
It's good.
Would you recommend it? Yes. Okay, great.
7 out of 11. This is their second album.
I saw that, yes. But like I said, we're going to just listen to these recommendations first, and if anything tickles our fancy, we'll go back and check out their discography.
I am tickled.
Ooh,
I am
consider yourself tickled.
All right.
What else did you listen to?
I listened to the White Noise EP.
Aren't You Glad?
Aren't You Glad? And whew, that was fun.
Oh, cool.
That's like just some straight kind of like, I don't know, how do you describe 100th? Just
hardcore.
Yeah, capsize.
Hardcore punk.
Like that kind of hardcore punk elements with really hooky vocals.
Both of these are Warped Tour bands, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the White Noise was called something else in the past, and that band broke up. And then like a couple of those guys made the White Noise.
Okay.
They were called like the Sunsets or something like that.
Okay.
The sun also rises. So for some reason, when you look up the White Noise's discography, they put the Sunset albums on there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but so I don't know if they sound similar.
Spiritual predecessors.
Right. But yeah, that was a 5 out of 6. I think the opening track was the only weak one, and it was kind of an intro track, but it's like 2.5 minutes long, so it's just not that good. But yeah, there's the track 5 on there. It's called Brainwashed. Great single.
Cool. I'll be sure to check that out this next week.
And that was it for me this week, I believe.
All right. Well,
but I will be getting into DSD's top 2.
Oh, great.
Next week.
Awesome.
So if you want to on the plate those.
You want to do Brother and Sister next year? Next
we
week?
can. We can.
Okay.
It's going to be tough because we don't know anything about that band.
True.
Other than listening to this, and I'm
the high recommendation.
I'm 3 listens in, and I'm like, oh, I can see where a lot of bands got their ideas for their bands from.
Oh.
And I'm digging it so far.
All right, I'm stoked. So, I had to wash the garbage fire out of my ears this past week with this Emptiness. So I listened to some other stuff, and I really I listened to stuff that I was really enjoying. First of which, I'm going to talk about what Adam talked about last week with Eternity Forever, the new Kurt Travis project, or one of the new Kurt Travis projects. He released another EP under another band name.
God damn it!
This past January,
unannounced.
I didn't hear about it. I just learned about
not
it.
Not a lot like birds.
Not a lot like birds, yes.
A little like birds.
But for now, we're going to talk about Eternity Forever one more time. This is their debut EP, Fantasy. Yes, Fantasy. Yes. Holy shit.
Whoa.
What a great EP. And
I'm so glad that he's making some better music. I mean, a lot like birds just never really clicked with me.
They had a very interesting sound.
Yeah.
Great live set. But yeah, I mean, if you were to ask me to like repeat and a lot like birds sound
just turn off the lights, just turn off the lights. That's like part of 17 parts of that song.
Yes,
but anyway.
Exactly. But the title track off of Fantasy is one of the best songs I've heard all year. Fantastic song, my goodness. When Kurt Travis does it right, he does it really right.
He does sound a little bit different now. A little bit grizzled.
So this is the new album from kind of a hip-hop electronic artist that I've been following since I took my daughter to her very first concert, K.Flay, who released a full-length album.
Another one that you were supposed to send me. Sitting and waiting.
Dude,
waiting
you're
waiting
you're still
and
supposed
watching
to send me like
and waiting.
highlight, because I gave you my 100 list. You're supposed to send me that as well. You can
Did
write
you put
down.
it in the binder?
Oh.
Did it go in the binder?
Did it go in the binder?
I don't know. You tell me.
I gave it to you.
Well, God damn it. There it is.
There it is, right there, baby.
Yeah, but I'm also waiting for my, super unknown 25th anniversary edition.
I have that, but there's an issue with it.
Well, can you get rid of the issue?
I'm trying to.
If you have an issue, use a tissue.
Yes, issues, tissue. This is her new full-length album, Everywhere is Somewhere. We gotta stop with these.
Very true.
We gotta stop with these everywhere names, by the way.
By thrice.
So all 4 tracks from her EP from last year, Crush Me, including one of my favorite songs from last year. Yes, that one.
That one, yes.
Is on this album.
Pretty good track.
This album's all right.
It's all right.
It's not. I mean, there's a lot of issues dealing with like her depression and anxiety. So it's a very personal album. In this one, not a lot of memorable hooks though. There's a lot of cool things where the electronics mesh with the hip hop vocals really well. And it's not like ghetto kind of hip hop vocals. It's more like San Francisco kind of artsy kind of hip hop.
Pretty girl hip hop.
Pretty girl hip hop.
She's in her 30s, so.
Oh, gross.
I know. Old musty vaginas. Old musty vagina hip hop.
But I would actually do. This is good, like kind of.
Hello.
Echo. But if you're looking for for some good music just to have in the background, I think this might be a good recommendation for that. So I would recommend that. And one more thing I reviewed this past week, because I didn't give it a full listen when Adam reviewed this, but I reviewed the Maine, Lovely Little Lonely, even though Adam said, I would not recommend this one.
I would not.
I highly enjoyed this album.
You highly enjoyed it?
I highly enjoyed this album. I thought it was super catchy. I thought it was super, like I was bobbing my head the entire time, dude. I think you and I just have different ears for this album.
Did you enjoy any of their previous albums?
I thought they were fine. I never
American Candy, which was
I never disliked anything that the Maine does. I exaggerated a lot with the Dead Rabbits, but
yes,
it's fine. It's just
whatever. I liked a lot of what the Maine did up until American Candy, and I felt that this one just kind of picked up where that album left off.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It did kind of pick up that sound again, but I still found it really enjoyable. I would say just give it a listen and see what you think. What you guys think about it. Now, so this next week, I'm going to be checking out the new. This is actually what I was going to recommend that we on the plate next week. But the new Newfound Glory album makes me sick. Have you started listening to that yet?
Yep, 3 listens in.
Don't care for it.
Well, it's not. It doesn't seem to be as bad as Resurrection was yet. But I would rather just start jumping
the worst
into
person who ever was
I've ever met, I've ever known, etc. But don't you think it's time that we give the fans what they want?
We give the fans what they demand.
And they don't demand the 8th album from Newfound Glory. We can save it for the following week if we have to.
But you know what? I'm gonna check it out. I haven't listened to it yet. But we'll sound off. We'll sound off on that together. How about that?
We'll let you know. I mean, it's his number 1 album, and I'm already 3 listens in, and I'm like, yes. I'm already digging it.
So we'll start with our reviews now, from the recommendations, up until the next kind of big thing that's coming out. The next kind of big album that's coming out is
Paramore,
like Birds, Paramore.
Paramore is right around the corner, May 5th.
Right? Yeah, no, May 12th. And May 5th is a lot like Birds.
Okay.
So yeah, we got some big releases coming out soon, but to kind of buffer in between those, we'll check out some more recommendations from the fans.
Okay.
So thank you guys, and if you guys have any thoughts to share on this week's episode, please share them on Facebook at Skinny with Mike and Adam, or Twitter at The Skinny Pod, or even YouTube at The Skinny Official. I don't care. I'm not your fucking father. That was too much. But anyway, for my co-host Adam, I'm your co-host Mike. Bye.